How's it going, yo? That big old rock behind me, that's Castle Rock. Mountains over here. Right back here, Golden, Colorado. Today's video, virtual tour, Golden, Colorado. One of my favorite cities, towns, whatever you want to call it, in all of Colorado, if I'm being honest. Sick house, too. All right, let's get it. How's it going, y'all? My name is Jesse Lynch. I run the hardest working real estate team in the game. We're called Welcome to Denver. Go ahead, check out our website, welcometodenver.co. But this YouTube channel is all about helping you find a place to call home here in the Denver metro area. And that's whether you're moving here from out of state or you're just buying a home for the first time. Relocations and first-time home buyers, that's what we do better than absolutely anybody else. So if either of those things appeal to you, do us both a favor, subscribe to this channel, click that little bell to get notified, give the video a thumbs up, and say what's up in the comments. I would appreciate that very, very much. And if you're thinking about moving here or buying a house here for the first time and you're looking for a group of real estate agents to work with, look no further and do whatever you can to get a hold of us. You can go to our website, welcometodenver.co. You can email us at info@welcometodenver.co. You can hit us up on Instagram, and actually while you're at it, just go give us a follow, welcometodenver.co, or you can call or text the number on the screen. They all lead directly to us, and we can't wait to show you around beautiful, beautiful Denver, Colorado. Specifically today, we are talking Golden, Colorado, one of my absolute favorite small towns, small cities, whatever you want to call it, here in the Denver metro area. Right now I am basically at the Denver History Museum. This is just like an open air museum entrance. There's all these old cabins from sort of like gold mining era. It's right on Clear Creek, which I suppose would be a good place to mine for gold or pan for gold. And yeah, it's like right smack dab in the middle of downtown. There's just this cool old school, you know, log cabin style thing. Back here is Castle Rock. That's where we started this video. And then right back is Lookout Mountain. That's where we're gonna end this video. I'm excited to show you. Really cool spot. If nothing else, even if you don't move to Golden, even if you don't end up living here in Golden, Lookout Mountain's a very good spot to check out. Maybe you're looking more for downtown Denver vibe. Well, I feel that, but go check out Lookout Mountain. Super easy drive from Denver and just a beautiful, beautiful spot. All right, with no further ado, what do you say? What do you say we check out Golden? Let's go. Right now I am right here in downtown Golden in front of this sign. I'm gonna get out of the road before I get hit or arrested. But I'm right here in downtown. Very cool, old school downtown. Just a big fan of this spot. Boulder is the westernmost suburb in pretty much the entirety of the Denver metro area. If you go any further, you're no longer in the suburbs. You're basically in the mountains and in more rural Colorado. In fact, I'm not even 100% sure that most people consider Golden a suburb. I would. There's nothing but suburbs between it, so I would say that qualifies as a suburb. So Golden is west of Denver by maybe half an hour, give or take, depending on where you are in Denver. It sits just north of I-70, and it's basically nestled in between Lookout Mountain, way back there. This lens is super wide, so it looks tiny. Lookout Mountain, and then there's the two Table Mountains, which are that away. You can't see them, but they're there, I promise. Depending on where you're coming to or going from, Golden is only about 20 to 30 minutes from Denver, and it's probably 45 minutes from Denver International Airport, which actually kind of shocked me. It's so far west and the airport is so far east that I would have thought that it would have been further, but it's not. And I guess it's because you can just hop on I-70 and just take it the whole way there. This antique store, thumbs up. Would recommend. It's right off Washington. Check it out. It's fun. Golden has a population of 21,000, give or take a few people. And according to niche.com, overall, it gets an A rating. It's voted 17th best place to live for young professionals. And it is ranked 7th best school district in all of Colorado, coming in at right around a B+ as a whole, the school district here in Golden. There are several options for schools here that all get basically A-. Golden High School, A-. Bell Middle School, A-. Fairmount, Mitchell, and Ralston elementary schools all get an A- as well. And then kind of as a fun bonus, Golden is home to the oldest state university in all of Colorado, which is the Golden School of Mines. Okay, according to niche.com, the housing here gets a C+. It's pretty common that the housing in Colorado is rated low, but that's because the prices are high, relatively high here. The median list price of all homes, that's single family, townhome, condo, but the median list price is $736,000 here in Golden, but there's a pretty huge variety. You can find homes as low as maybe $250,000. That depends on the type of housing, and that goes all the way up to $7 million. So you can definitely spend some good money here on housing if that's what you're trying to do. As far as like condo, townhomes, again, those start around the $250,000, the very, very low end, and then they go up to the 1.3, 1.4, $1.5 million range. I'm sure depends on the view you get. You can get tremendous views here in Golden, and something that I love about it is how it sort of changes from season to season. Very cool. Just like that, I was in downtown, now I'm in this sort of little mixed bag residential or commercial space right now. Something that I really like about Golden. It's small, it's relatively walkable, it's historic, got a lot of cool stuff going for it. All right, what do you say we take a look around a little bit? Real quick, I want to show you this place. This is called Golden City Brewery. Just a cool old historic home turned into a brewery. What's not to love about that? Let's go for a ride. Okay friends, right now I'm at 18th Street and Arapahoe Street, and right behind me is Colorado School of Mines. Right over at Cha is Castle Rock. I think it's right there. Yeah, but actually really what I'm here for is everything over here. Okay, this strikes me as a rather picturesque version of some of the cuter, quainter, more historical homes that you can get here in Golden. Golden has a pretty wide variety of home styles. I really love this old historic type, but I also love the mountainside epic houses as well. And there are, you know, more modest versions of this and more historically impressive versions, perhaps, and more maybe historically impressive versions as well. But anyways, right now we're talking, what are the pros and cons of living in Golden? For the first pro, I'm just going to say proximity to the mountains, outdoor lifestyle. You can do all of the things that you might want to be in Colorado / Denver for, you can do right here in Golden. Basically, we're talking hiking, mountain biking, there's parasailers, there's tubing. You are super close to great skiing and snowboarding. I mean, you're already in the mountains, right at the foothills, but you're already a little bit closer to that than if you're living in Denver, or I guess any suburb between here and Denver. Next pro I'm gonna say is that there are very good schools here in Golden. As overall, the school district gets a B+, but there's tons of A- schools, which is close to as good as it gets here in Colorado, and it's hard to be mad at. Next, I know I kind of said this at the beginning, but I think there are some really, really beautiful homes here in Golden. It's just such a good spot with the mountains. A lot of homes set in just really, really beautiful spots. Sorry if this gets choppy. I'm gonna deal with cars driving by, so I'm not just shouting over cars as they drive by. Next pro is that it's very convenient to downtown Denver or any of Denver. It's also quite convenient to Boulder. So maybe you're a couple and one of you works in Boulder, one of you works in Denver. Golden's not a bad place for that. And then lastly, I'm just gonna say that it's vibrant. There is cool history. There is a nightlife in the sense of restaurants and breweries, which, by the way, I know I haven't even mentioned this yet, but that's because I feel like that's what everybody talks about first. Golden is the home of Coors Brewing, which is a big deal, but I just don't want to lead with that. I definitely don't think that's the single most important part about Golden, but it is probably one of the things it's most famous for. So you can go on a Coors brewery tour, super fun. They give you free Coors. It's just cool. It's a really impressive plant and worth the trip, just trust me. But again, I don't think you're moving here just because Coors is here, right? So anyways, that's just a tangent. But there are a lot of cool microbreweries, tap houses, that kind of thing. A lot of restaurants, coffee shops. The downtown area is adorable. And I do realize that I just said downtown. That's not really how I say it. Whatever, what do you do? But okay, I do think that the Coors thing sort of leads into my first con, which is that there is a fair amount of sort of industrial production going on here. And so parts of Golden just aren't that pretty. You know, there's a little bit of a dinge, a little bit of a messiness in certain aspects, but overall, it's really great. Just know that there are certain neighborhoods where maybe there's auto shop, you know, just thrown in the middle of a neighborhood, or, you know, a warehouse, or some of the houses maybe aren't going to be in a perfect condition and extremely well cared for. But that's not a blanket statement. There's tons of areas that have very well maintained, very cozy, very neighborhoody vibe. But, you know, but I would say that is probably my least favorite part about Golden is that I think it feels a little bit kind of thrown together. And so some of the beautiful neighborhoods are, you have to be tucked up in the mountains, which is awesome. I'm all about it. Or you have to be sort of adjacent to industrial or downtown or whatever. There's fewer of the like large neighborhoods that are just squeezed together, made to feel real homey. And that's just a personal gripe, not that big of a deal, but if I'm thinking of cons, that's a big one. Second con I'm gonna say is that it can feel a bit touristy, right? Maybe you don't want that vibe. That can be a little bit difficult to avoid in the Denver metro area, because a lot of people do come here because it is beautiful. It's close to the mountains and all that stuff. But Golden, specifically downtown Golden, as awesome as it is, it does feel a little bit touristy. And maybe the shops aren't exactly for everyday or, you know, weekly visits, because they're a little more catered to out of towners. Okay, again, I might be reaching just a little bit. Next con is that it's a bit spendy. It's more spendy than the Denver average, which is right around $650. Like I said earlier, the Golden median is basically $730,000. Golden median sounds like a band or an album or something like that. Okay, last con. I feel like this one I may be reaching for the most, because I just talked about how convenient it was, but it is somewhat geographically isolated. You know, it's tucked between Lookout Mountain and the two Table Mountains, which is great. It sort of makes it a little bit protected from maybe some of the elements, but that does sort of come at the expense of there's not a ton of ways in and a ton of ways out, if that makes sense. Again, I'm reaching here, but I think these are worth considering, or just worth knowing. That last one would not stop me from moving here at all, because you get to be in this very beautiful, natural, classic, historic place, and I guess I just think it's worth it. All right, let's go for a ride, huh? All right, friends, right now I'm in Windy Saddle Park, parking lot right back there. Awesome view right down here. This is all Lookout Mountain, like this whole thing. Lookout Mountain, way up there. There's no way you can see it, but there's like a fire tower that I so badly like to hang out in. Such cool view. And then this is basically just like Lookout Mountain Drive, I think. I don't know. And really cool, just like it's a good drive. I like a good scenic drive. I always have. That's one of my favorites, certainly within the Denver area. So if I had to sum up Golden in just like 3 bullet points, I would say number 1 is basically historic mining, rich history downtown. And then second, I would say basically just sort of an outdoor paradise, so close to the mountains. It took me 15 minutes to get here from basically downtown Golden, and you're like in the mountains. Super beautiful. Kind of what it's about. And then lastly, I'm gonna say peaceful, quaint community, but with like the option to have like a really epic house. If you're looking for an epic house that's not going to cost maybe as much as one in Boulder, I might suggest looking, you know, here in Golden or even nearby Golden. Okay, and if you watch these videos, you know that I have a section that I call my For Fans Of section, which is basically if you're into this neighborhood, if you like what you see here, maybe check out these other neighborhoods. Not everything I have a virtual tour on yet, but it's definitely maybe going to be worth looking into when it comes to the home search, or when you're thinking about moving here, you might want to consider these other options. I'm walking so slow because I don't want to wipe out. Okay, my first For Fans Of, I'm going to say, is Boulder. If you want to be close to the mountains with a lot of conveniences, good schools, some elements of tourism, but then some elements of sort of hippie, old school vibes, Boulder, very much like Golden, is going to be one of your best options. Some of the best schools in all of Colorado in Boulder, but Boulder comes at a considerably higher price point than even Golden. Median home price in Boulder is $1 million. Median here is, you know, just over 700,000. Next, I'm going to say Littleton. Littleton, I do have a virtual tour up already. Littleton is an awesome spot with all that cute, quaint, historic downtown, a little bit of a gold mining history, and also really, really great schools. Okay, next, I'm going to say Greenwood Village, which I also have a video for. Very comparable to Littleton in a lot of different ways. A little more tech heavy, a little more urban lifestyle, a little bit more in the thick of it. It has Denver Tech Center in it. But again, great schools, some really great. And then just going to throw these out here as sort of like generic. If you like this, you might like that. I don't have videos for these yet. Parker, Broomfield, Appleton, they are all worth checking out, but you don't have to make up your mind right now. You can get in touch with us and we'll walk you through it. We'll make sure that you end up somewhere that you truly, truly want to be. And as always, if you're thinking about moving here, do us a favor, do yourself a favor, get a hold of us any way you can. We're easy to get a hold of. You can go to our website, welcometodenver.co. You can check us out on Instagram at welcometodenver.co. You can email us directly at info@welcometodenver.co, or you can call or text the number on the screen. They all lead to me, they all lead to us, and we will take the absolute best care of you. Absolutely promise. This place is so wild. I can't wait for you to be here. I can't suggest Lookout Mountain Drive enough. Just when you get into Denver, just come up here. It's not that far from downtown Denver. It is worth it, kind of no matter the season. Just want to give you one last look. I mean, come on. So cool. Okay, thank you. We did it. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notified. Give the video a thumbs up. Say what's up in the comments. I appreciate y'all subscribing. This channel is growing at a pretty good rate, and I appreciate y'all very much. Can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to show you around Denver, Boulder, Golden, whatever you want. All right, y'all. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.